All right, guys, let's talk about something that's really important for a lot of us out there, especially as we get a little bit older. Prostate health.
Yeah, it's one of those things we don't always like to talk about,
Right.
but it's super important for overall well-being.
It really is.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to zero in on a specific product called ProstaVive.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a natural supplement that's kind of making some buzz. So we thought, let's do a deep dive and see what the science says and see what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah. So we're looking at an article from December 18th of this year. It's all about ProstaVive.
Okay.
So first of all, what is ProstaVive?
Oh, from what I've read, it's a natural supplement that's designed to support prostate health, particularly for men over 40.
Gotcha. Okay. So as men age, the prostate can enlarge,
Right.
and that can lead to all sorts of uncomfortable symptoms.
Exactly.
And so the article mentions that ProstaVive is supposed to optimize nitric oxide production. Now, I don't know a ton about nitric oxide. What is that, and why is that important for prostate health?
Yeah, that's a good question. So nitric oxide is basically a molecule that helps to relax and widen your blood vessels. And so when your blood vessels are more relaxed and widened, it allows for better blood flow.
Okay.
And so that improved blood flow is really important for the prostate because it helps to keep everything functioning properly.
Oh, okay. So it's almost like opening up the highways for better access.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. Now, what about the actual ingredients in ProstaVive? What are some of the things that are in this supplement?
Yeah, so ProstaVive uses a blend of clinically backed natural ingredients, which is always a good sign.
Yeah.
A couple of them that stood out to me were saw palmetto and beta-sitosterol.
Oh, saw palmetto. I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a popular one. Saw palmetto basically inhibits an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone to DHT. Yeah, dihydrotestosterone. It's a hormone that's been linked to prostate enlargement.
Good.
So by reducing DHT levels, saw palmetto can potentially help with things like frequent urination and, other urinary symptoms that are common with prostate issues.
Wow. So it's not just some random herb. There's actually science behind it.
Right, exactly. It's been studied and shown to have potential benefits.
Okay. That's good to know. What about beta-sitosterol? What does that do?
So beta-sitosterol is another powerful ingredient, and it can actually help to reduce inflammation.
Okay.
And inflammation is often a key factor in prostate problems like BPH.
BPH. What's that stand for?
It stands for benign prostatic hyperplasia,
Okay.
which basically means the prostate gland is enlarged, but it's not cancerous.
Gotcha.
So it's really common as men get older, and it can cause those frequent bathroom trips and weak urine flow that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So these ingredients are kind of targeting those specific issues that come with BPH.
Exactly. They're working to support healthy prostate function and reduce inflammation.
Now, the article also mentioned that ProstaVive doesn't just focus on the prostate, it also claims to boost overall male vitality.
Yeah, it seems like they're taking a more holistic approach with this supplement.
Interesting. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, in addition to ingredients like saw palmetto and beta-sitosterol, they've included things like tongkat ali, ashwagandha, and Panax ginseng.
Oh, those are some pretty big names I've definitely heard of before.
Yeah, they're all well known in the health and wellness world for a reason.
So fill me in, why those particular ingredients? What do they do?
Sure, so tongkat ali is traditionally used to enhance energy levels and libido, and some studies suggest it might also have a positive impact on testosterone levels.
Yep.
Ashwagandha is known for its adaptogenic properties, meaning it can help the body cope with stress more effectively.
Interesting.
And then Panax ginseng has long been used to support energy, cognitive function, and even immune health.
Wow. Okay. So it seems like they're not just addressing the physical aspects of prostate health, but also the mental and emotional side of things too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all connected, right?
Yeah.
If you're stressed and exhausted all the time, it's going to impact your overall well-being, including your prostate health.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes sense to include those ingredients if they're trying to take a more holistic approach.
Exactly. And it seems like they've carefully chosen these ingredients to create a comprehensive formula for men's health.
Yeah. Now, speaking of formulas, how can we be sure that this particular formula is safe and effective?
Well, that's a great question. One thing that I noticed in the article is that ProstaVive is manufactured in an FDA-registered facility that adheres to good manufacturing practices, or GMP.
Okay, and what does that mean? What are good manufacturing practices?
Basically, it means that there are strict quality control measures in place to ensure that the supplement is produced safely and meets specific standards.
Oh, okay. So that's reassuring, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely a good sign. And it shows that they're taking quality seriously.
Yeah, nobody wants to be taking a supplement that's made in some sketchy lab somewhere.
Exactly. And they also seem to be pretty confident in their product because they offer a 180-day money-back guarantee.
Whoa, wait, 180 days? That's 6 months.
Yeah.
That's pretty generous. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. And it definitely suggests they believe in what they're selling.
Yeah, for sure. Now, of course, we always have to be a little bit cautious, right?
Yeah.
Even with natural ingredients, we've got to remember that everybody's different and results can vary.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. There's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Yeah. And it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement regimen, just to make sure it's right for you.
Absolutely, especially if you have any pre-existing health conditions or you're taking other medications.
Right.
It's always best to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, for sure. So the article did include some snippets from customer reviews, which, while those are just anecdotes, they can be kind of interesting to see what people are saying.
Right, they can give us a little glimpse into, how people are actually experiencing the product.
Yeah, I remember one guy said he'd seen a huge improvement in his prostate health since starting ProstaVive.
Oh, wow.
And he even mentioned having more energy and just feeling better overall.
That's great.
Yeah. And then there was another guy who was initially hesitant to try ProstaVive, but he was pleasantly surprised by the results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said he felt more energized and confident.
It's always good to hear about people having positive experiences.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But, I'm curious, did the article talk at all about lifestyle factors?
Yeah, they did actually. They emphasize that ProstaVive is most effective when it's combined with healthy lifestyle choices.
Okay, so it's not like a magic bullet. You can't just take the supplement and expect everything to be perfect.
Right. It's about taking a holistic approach. And they stress the importance of maintaining a healthy weight, staying hydrated, managing stress levels, and limiting alcohol consumption.
Okay, so all those things that we know are good for us anyway.
Exactly. Those are all key factors that can influence prostate health, regardless of whether you're taking a supplement or not.
Right, that makes sense. So it's really about kind of a multi-pronged approach.
Absolutely. It's about taking care of yourself in all aspects of your life.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the ingredients, we've talked about the manufacturing process, and we've talked about lifestyle. But there's a lot more to uncover about ProstaVive.
Yeah, for sure. We've only just scratched the surface. There are so many other interesting aspects to explore.
Right, like we haven't even gotten into some of the other specific ingredients that they use and some of the more nuanced ways that this supplement might work. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back to dive even deeper into ProstaVive.
It's fascinating how everything's connected in our bodies.
Yeah.
We think about prostate health, but it's not just about the prostate itself.
Right.
It's influenced by our hormones and our stress levels, even what we eat and drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of the ingredients, we talked about saw palmetto and beta-sitosterol. But the article mentioned a few others that I was curious about.
Oh, yeah.
What about Pygeum africanum? That
What's
sounds pretty exotic.
It does, doesn't it? Pygeum africanum comes from the bark of the African cherry tree, and it's been used for a long time in traditional medicine to support prostate health.
Mm.
And some studies even suggest it might help with urinary symptoms and inflammation.
Wow, they're really going all over the world for these ingredients. What else was in there?
Well, I saw stinging nettle on there, and I thought that was interesting.
Stinging nettle.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good for you.
No, it doesn't. But despite its name, stinging nettle actually has some potential benefits for prostate health.
Really?
Yeah, some research suggests it might help with urinary flow and even play a role in hormone balance.
Oh, wow. Okay, so despite the name, it might actually be pretty beneficial.
Yeah. And then there's pumpkin seed.
Pumpkin seed.
Yeah, which is a great source of zinc. And zinc is really important for prostate health.
Oh, interesting. So it's like they've got this team of ingredients all working together.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
They've also got boron, which plays a role in hormone regulation, and fenugreek. Some studies show it may support healthy testosterone levels.
Hold on a second. Back up. We talked about Tonkat Ali maybe boosting testosterone. Now, fenugreek. Are they really focusing that much on testosterone?
Yeah, it seems like they are. And it makes sense, right?
Okay.
Because hormones play a huge role in prostate health, especially as men age. So maintaining that hormonal balance is really key to keeping the prostate healthy and happy.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So they're tackling prostate health from multiple angles.
Yeah, reducing inflammation, supporting urinary flow, and making sure hormones are balanced.
Right. And then they've got those adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha and Panax ginseng, which help with stress and energy.
Exactly. It's like they've created a comprehensive approach to men's well-being.
It really seems like they put a lot of thought and research into this.
They did. You know, we haven't really talked about the emotional side of this. Prostate issues can be a sensitive topic for a lot of men.
That's true.
It can be embarrassing to talk about. But think about it.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with these uncomfortable symptoms all the time, it can impact your confidence, relationships, and overall quality of life.
I can see that.
So it's important to address that emotional aspect as well.
So where does ProstaVive come into all of this? How does it help with that emotional side?
Well, I think ProstaVive has the potential to not only address the physical symptoms, but also to give men back that sense of confidence and vitality they might have lost.
Oh, I see what you mean. By making them feel better physically, it can have a positive impact on their emotional state as well.
Exactly. The article mentioned some customer testimonials. I thought those were really interesting because you actually got to see how it's impacting real lives.
Yeah, there was one guy who was talking about how ProstaVive made a huge difference in his life.
Oh, yeah.
Not just in terms of prostate health, but his energy levels and mood as well.
Right. And another testimonial from someone who had tried other prostate supplements but didn't have much luck.
Yeah.
And he was amazed by how well ProstaVive worked for him.
That's awesome. Those kinds of stories, even though they're just anecdotes, they're always inspiring.
Yeah.
It gives you hope that there are solutions out there that can make a difference.
Absolutely. We always encourage people to do their own research and talk to their doctor. But it is encouraging to see that ProstaVive is resonating with so many men.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we talked about the science, the ingredients, the focus on hormones, and even the emotional aspects. But what makes ProstaVive stand out from all the other prostate supplements out there? I mean, there are so many to choose from.
That's a valid question. I think what sets ProstaVive apart is that holistic approach. They haven't just thrown a bunch of random ingredients together. They've really put a lot of thought and research into creating a formula that addresses multiple aspects of men's health, with prostate health as a priority.
So it's not just about treating the symptoms, it's about supporting overall well-being.
Exactly. I think that's what a lot of men are looking for. They don't want a quick fix. They want a long-term solution.
Right, that makes sense. It goes back to what we were talking about before, the interconnectedness of our bodies.
Right. You can't just focus on one area and ignore everything else.
Yeah.
And I think ProstaVive recognizes that. They're not promising miracles, but they're offering a comprehensive approach with natural ingredients and a focus on overall well-being.
Okay. We can't talk about prostate health without addressing lifestyle factors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We mentioned a healthy diet, regular exercise, stress management, and limiting alcohol. Are there any other lifestyle changes men can make specifically for their prostate?
That's a great question. There are a few other things that can make a difference. For example, some foods are considered particularly beneficial for prostate health.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like tomatoes, which are rich in lycopene, an antioxidant that might help protect against prostate cancer, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, which have compounds that help detoxify the body and support cellular health.
So it's not just about what we avoid, it's also about what we include in our diet.
Exactly. And another thing that's often overlooked is pelvic floor exercises.
Pelvic floor exercises, like Kegels, isn't that more for women?
That's a common misconception. Kegels can be really beneficial for men too, especially for strengthening the muscles that support the bladder and prostate.
I never knew that. Always something new to learn.
There is. And when it comes to prostate health, knowledge is power.
Right.
The more we understand about our bodies, the better decisions we can make.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about taking charge of our own well-being.
Exactly. Speaking of taking charge, the article mentioned regular checkups.
Oh yeah, going to the doctor for prostate exams.
Right. Even though a supplement like ProstaVive can be helpful, it's not a substitute for regular medical checkups.
Right. Early detection is so important.
It is. There's often a stigma around prostate exams, but they're really essential for catching any potential issues early on.
Right. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly. So we've been talking about ProstaVive and its benefits, but it's crucial to remember that regular checkups and open communication with your doctor are really important for maintaining good prostate health.
Absolutely. It's all about taking a proactive approach.
Right. I think it's time to start wrapping up our deep dive.
Sounds good to me. We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have. Let's recap some of the key takeaways and give our listeners some final things to think about.
Okay, great idea. So we've spent this deep dive exploring ProstaVive. We learned about what it is, how it works, and what it's supposed to do. It's been pretty fascinating.
It has.
So before we wrap things up, let's recap some of the key takeaways for our listeners.
Okay. ProstaVive is a natural supplement, and it's made to support prostate health, especially for men over 40.
Right. And it's not just about covering up symptoms. It aims to deal with the underlying problems that cause prostate issues in the first place.
Exactly. Some ingredients like saw palmetto and beta-sitosterol can help reduce inflammation and support healthy urination.
And then you have other ingredients like tongkat ali, ashwagandha, and panax ginseng. They can help with things like energy, stress management, and overall vitality.
Right. They've clearly done their research and chosen ingredients that work together to support both prostate health and overall well-being.
And something that stood out to me was that ProstaVive is made in an FDA-registered facility that follows good manufacturing practices.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it gives you peace of mind. And they even have a 180-day money-back guarantee.
It does. It shows they believe in their product.
It does. Now, it's important to remember that results can vary. And a supplement isn't a magic solution. But the positive customer reviews we've seen show that ProstaVive has the potential to make a real difference for a lot of men.
Absolutely. But as we've said, it's not just about taking a supplement.
Right.
It's about taking a holistic approach to prostate health.
Right. Lifestyle choices are so important. We talked about keeping a healthy weight, staying hydrated, managing stress, and limiting alcohol.
And don't forget those prostate-friendly foods like tomatoes and cruciferous vegetables.
Good point.
Yeah.
And those pelvic floor exercises we talked about can also make a big difference.
They can.
It's all about taking charge of our well-being and making smart choices. One last thing I want to touch on before we finish up. You brought it up earlier, the importance of regular checkups with the doctor.
Oh, so important.
Yeah, no matter how well you take care of yourself, those checkups are crucial for finding any potential problems early on.
You're right. Early detection is key. Sometimes it can be a little awkward or uncomfortable to talk about these things, but it's so important for your peace of mind.
Absolutely. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Okay, so we've covered a lot today about ProstaVive, prostate health, and a holistic approach to well-being. Before we say goodbye, I'd love to leave our listeners with a final thought. We've talked about how ProstaVive is made to support prostate health. But what if we look beyond the supplement itself? What things in our modern world might be contributing to prostate problems?
Oh, that's a great question. We've touched on diet and lifestyle, but there are so many other factors that could be playing a role.
Exactly. There could be environmental toxins, stress, even the way we sit for hours on end.
That's a good point. There's a whole world of potential influences we might not even be aware of. Maybe by understanding those better, we can make the world a more prostate-friendly place for ourselves and future generations.
Yeah. That's a great thought. It's all about connecting the dots and looking at the bigger picture. Well, on that note, we want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into ProstaVive and prostate health. We hope you found it informative and empowering.
And we always encourage our listeners to be proactive about their health and keep learning. There's always something new to discover.
Absolutely. And remember, your health is your most valuable asset, so take good care of it. Until next time. So we've spent this whole deep dive exploring ProstaVive.
Yeah.
We learned about what it is, how it works, and what it's supposed to do.
It's been pretty fascinating.
It has.
I always learn something new from these deep dives.
Right.
And ProstaVive is definitely an interesting supplement. It's clear they've put a lot of thought into formulating it.
Absolutely.
Ah!
So before we wrap things up,
Okay.
let's recap some of those key takeaways for our listeners.
That's good.
First and foremost,
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that ProstaVive is a natural supplement, specifically designed to support prostate health, especially for men over 40.
Yeah, that's key.
Right.
Right.
And it's not just about masking symptoms.
Right.
It aims to address those underlying issues that can lead to prostate problems in the first place.
Exactly. We talked about how certain ingredients like saw palmetto and beta-sitosterol
Yeah.
can help to reduce inflammation and support healthy urinary flow.
Right, and then there are those other ingredients
Yes.
like tongkat ali, ashwagandha, and panax ginseng,
Yeah.
which can help with energy levels, stress management, and overall vitality.
It's like they've created this multi-pronged approach to men's health.
Exactly. They've clearly done their research
Right.
and chosen ingredients that work synergistically to support both prostate health and overall well-being.
And they work well together.
Yeah, and one thing that really stood out to me
Yeah.
was the fact that ProstaVive is manufactured in an FDA-registered facility that follows good manufacturing practices.
Absolutely. That's always a good sign when it comes to supplements.
That gives you peace of mind,
Right.
knowing that the supplement is produced in a safe and controlled environment.
For sure.
And they even offer a 180-day money-back guarantee, which shows they're confident in their product.
It shows they stand behind it. Yeah.
Now, it's important to remember that individual results may vary,
Of course.
and a supplement isn't a magic bullet.
Right.
But the positive customer testimonials we discussed
Yeah.
suggest that ProstaVive has the potential to make a real difference for a lot of men.
Absolutely. And it's great to see that.
It is. But, like we've been saying all along,
Yeah.
it's not just about taking a supplement.
Right.
It's about adopting a holistic approach to prostate health.
Absolutely. Lifestyle factors play a huge role.
They do.
We talked about maintaining a healthy weight, staying hydrated, managing stress, and limiting alcohol intake.
Yeah, all those things are important.
Really important.
And let's not forget those prostate-friendly foods like tomatoes and cruciferous vegetables.
Oh, yeah, those are good ones.
Right.
Load up on those.
Exactly. It's all about taking a proactive approach
Right.
and making choices that support our overall well-being.
I agree.
But there's one last thing I want to touch on before we wrap up,
Okay.
and it's something you brought up earlier.
Yeah.
Those regular checkups with the doctor.
Oh, yes. So
No
important.
matter how well you take care of yourself,
Yeah.
those checkups are crucial
They are.
for catching any potential issues early on.
Absolutely. Early detection is key when it comes to prostate health.
Right, and sometimes it can be a bit awkward
Yeah.
or uncomfortable to talk about these things, but it's so worth it for the peace of mind.
It really is.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a ton of information today about ProstaVive, prostate health, and the importance of a holistic approach to well-being.
A lot of good information.
We hope you found it informative and empowering.
We did our best.
And remember, your health is your most valuable asset, so take good care of it.
Couldn't agree more.
Until next time.